young yogis, welcome to Monday Mindful Moments. This is for 7 to 10-year-olds. So we're going to do our mindfulness practice today that is a mixture of all the things we've learned since October. MIra and Milo are going to help us do this one, okay? Now, let's remember what are the different things we've learned in mindfulness since October. MIra, Milo, MIra, what do you remember? We learned mindful body posture. We did. And what about you, Milo? What do you remember? We also did breathing. Yes, breathing, mindful breathing. What else? You guys tell us. We learned mindfulness of sound and mindfulness of touch and mindfulness of sight. That's right. Last week we did mindfulness of sight with the candles. Do you remember? So let's put them all together. And Milo and MIra are they're going to lead us. All right, here we go. So first, sit in a posture that is comfortable. Make sure you are not too stiff or slumped over either. Yeah, you want to be comfortable when you're doing this. And then close your eyes if you like to have your eyes closed. Or you can just keep them open but look on the ground at something like kind of boring so you don't get distracted. And then start paying attention to your breath. The breath goes in and out and in and out. I'm going to count 3 breaths in and out. Follow with me. Breathe in, 1. Out, 1. Breathe in and out. That's 2. Then again, in and out. That's 3 breaths. That's great. Let's do sound now. Keep your eyes closed or just look at a boring thing and listen to sounds around you. And when you're listening to the sounds, you can like name them, like water running, cat meowing, person talking. Now, if your hands are on your lap, start to feel whatever you can feel with your fingers. So the skin or the material of your clothes. Is it scratchy or soft, furry, whatever it is? Just find a word that describes what it feels like. you can open your eyes, but look at something kind of in front of you, like on the ground, on the floor. Just look at it really curiously, like you've never seen it before. What are the colors that you see? What's the shape of it? What's the texture of it? Nice job. That was our mixture of all the different mindful things we've learned. Good job. Good job. If you want to leave a comment of what that was like to do all of them, I would love to read your comments. Otherwise, let's move on to yoga. So today's yoga sequence is going to be all on the ground. We're not going to stand up for this one. So you're still going to get a really good stretch of your whole body, but just make sure you have some room to stretch out on the ground. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. So we're going to start just kneeling. And you know how we usually do the mountain pose? Well, we're just doing very much the same, but on our knees. So let's start with some breathing. Breathe up. Stretch your arms up however you need to stretch your body up and grow taller. And then breathe out. Come on down. This is kind of like the waterfall pose, but it's on the ground, and so we call it a giraffe. You can have your hands way out here, just keep your knees on the ground or close by. Or if that's really too hard, you can also just put your hand down like this, and then make sure you stretch up the other arm above you, okay? And don't have your neck too tight, so you might want to look up, and then look down, and then back to the middle. Let's do the other side. Hands up, and back over for giraffe on the other side. And you might find that one side is easier than the other. That happens a lot. That's totally normal. Look up, look down, and back to the middle. Nice. Okay, it's moving over into our cat and cow pose. On your four legs, your hands and knees. Okay, let's breathe in and arch into the cow. When we breathe in, our belly sticks out on the bottom underneath us. Our hips stretch up and our chest is open in front. Breathe out into cat. Now your belly is really sucked in, almost touching your back. Your shoulders are down. Let's do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice job. Now we're going to do cat's tail. So this is the cat's tail with your leg in the back like this. This is your simple cat's tail. But let's make it a little bit more challenging by putting the opposite arm forward. So I've got my my right leg and my left hand. And they're stretching in opposite directions. See if you can feel that. Nice. Bring them down, and let's do the other side. My left leg and my right arm. Stretch in opposite directions. Nice. Bring that down. Next pose is upward dog. So you're going to need to be all the way up, out onto your belly first, like this. Feet are straight behind you. Hands are at your shoulders with your elbows bent. And now push yourself all the way up with your arms are straight And you even come up off of the ground with your legs. And then you can arch just a little bit. Don't hurt yourself. That's your upward dog. Excellent. And now watch, if you go all the way back down, this time leave your legs on the ground and just come up a little bit with your elbows pointing behind you. That's cobra. It's just like a small upward dog. How about half plank? So it's also sort of like a sphinx. This is called the sphinx, where your elbows are like this and your hands are straight out. However, if you bring up your legs and just stay on your elbows, suck your belly in, that is a half plank. That's a really good one, and you can do that one for a long time, and it builds your back, it makes your back strong, and makes your belly strong too. Come all the way back down, and now arms behind you, clasp your hands, and raise your feet and raise your chest by pushing back on your hands like that. And that is supposed to be like a snake. Make a snake sound. You can raise those legs as high as you can. Arms are pulling your chest up. Nice. Come back down gently. And let's just rest first a little bit like this. Make a little pillow with your hands. And let's flip over. So this one is going to be a boat. And this one is good for your back and your belly. So we're going to start out. You're on your sitting area, and your knees are bent like this. And start out with your hands just straight out with your knees bent, okay? Now, when you're ready, raise up your feet, and you're balancing on your hips. Don't go way down and scrunch up. Try to keep your chest going up like this. Now, if you want to try something kind of hard, you can start to straighten your legs. Woo, that really works the belly. You could always come back to boat this way, boat that way, boat this way. That's a balancing posture. Back onto your back, we're going to do what's called the fish pose. So you're on your back, your arms and your hands are at your side. Stretch your legs out like this and point them. Now, watch carefully. You're going to kind of scooch up onto your elbows. Put your head all the way back. And you're resting the back of your head on the ground, so you're kind of looking behind you. And your elbows are helping you so that you don't hurt your neck. And that's called a fish. I'm not so sure why. Maybe you can tell me why. But that's a fish pose. Okay, gently come down. Let's rest our neck just a bit. I want you to curve, kind of sway your head back and forth to release your neck. Being in that position. Okay, and let's roll our legs up and come up. Okay. So now, remember the butterfly pose with your feet together, hands on your ankles, flapping your wings, butterfly wings. Now, let's turn that into the turtle. So your hands go under your legs like that, your arms. My elbows are kind of like right there at my legs. You can hear my cat, can't you? He's meowing outside the door. He wants to come in. And this is our turtle. You can go back and forth. Stick your head out like a turtle. Yeah, there we go. Boy, that's a good one. stretching. Come out of that. Let's do crisscross applesauce or half lotus with one leg piled up on the other one, like that. Stand up nice and straight. I'm going to do the pretzel, okay? So let's take our left hand over to the right knee. The right arm goes up and behind us. Now don't jam on that knee to turn. You just go straight up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, just twist back. Just breathe a couple breaths there. All right, coming back, let's do the other side now. Right arm and hand come over to the left knee, right? Sit up straight. Left arm goes up and behind us. Make sure you breathe in and turn for the twist. Great. Awesome. Come on down from there, and we'll end up with what's called the candle pose. And so just on your own in candle pose, close your eyes, bring your chin down a little bit, and just focus first on your breathing, going in and out. And let's do a sound of Om, which is a sound of kindness for the whole world with this new year coming up, okay? So breathe in, and as you breathe out, say Om. Thank you for joining me, Anne-Marie Emanuele, the Mindful Monkeys, and Twirl, Monday Mindful Moments. We'll see you next year in 2021 for more. Please share our page, leave us comments, like our page, and just tell your friends to join us. We've got so much more fun coming up. Thank you.